over here. They're looking for us. We dared to have some fun. Putting out my video, now looking for a backslash. Algorithms hunt me down, thrown into this crash test. Like a lucky hotel room, trash by crash guest. I just wanna make it back alive from this crash test. Crash test, crash test. I saw the damn tree swings over my head. I can feel the breeze. Crash test, disaster wings on high. If you know past this crash test, there's no choice but to die. Crash test, disaster wings on high. If you know past this crash test, there's no choice but to die. Over here, they're looking for us. We dared to have some fun. Putting out my video, now looking for a backslash. Algorithms hunt me down, thrown into this crash test. Like a lucky hotel room, trash by crash guest. I just wanna make it back alive from this crash test. Crash test, crash test. I saw the damn tree swings over my head. I can feel the breeze. Crash test.
Well, good evening, everybody. This is Russ Davis speaking to you from ringside at International Amphitheater in Chicago, where tonight the gorgeous one, gorgeous George himself, the old coast to the coast, is meeting der Hans Schnabel. Like our Jeffries has a new cutaway here tonight. This one is rather an orchid color. Too bad we don't have color TV. That is widespread quantities. Jeffries is standing here at attention as if he were getting ready to fight the Grand Admiral of the Fleet Board.
We're the Retro Rangers,
coming in
and
for
we're
your
here
fight.
to save the past, bringing back some lovely memories and making the
We
good
understand
times
there's
last.
something a little
We're not
special with
breaking
Andy tonight.
copyrights.
Well,
Oh
there's
no,
some of the
we're
Andy
not on
Freeman
that
who won't
jive.
receive
That's
him.
why this little show is free, and they're
Brilliant.
monetized. Fair
Gorgeous
use,
George.
fair use, having fun, you know.
Wonderful.
Just giving reviews, and it's all covered by fair use.
Well, shades of Sally Rand.
We were stealing your
feathers,
stuff,
no
you're
less.
right, we should get smacked. We sample and review, but it's all in good taste. We're paying tribute to the greats, and that is never always
We've done up
fair
there.
use. Fair use, having fun, you
Now
know.
look, George, don't be sensitive because
Comics
just
and
you're moving
reviews,
and
and
yelling.
it's covered
What
by
else can you expect, dear boy?
fair use, having fun, you know. If we watch the show, you the right to
There are
reviews
pink and
all
white
up,
miracles
but it's
here. What on
only
earth they
fair
are, I don't know.
use.
The note was just handed to me, but they're all this pink.
If we watch
Yeah, Hans, I
the show,
agree
you
with
the
you,
right
boy.
to reviews all up, but it's only fair use.
That's the guy you're going to wrestle, Georgie. And you want to be a little bit careful of him. He's got about as much horsepower as one of these big GE diesels. Good evening, George. A few Georgie pins for the peasants here. George strutting around in this pink satin. Oh, lovely. Looks like he has a new halo hairdo here tonight. Notice how it seems to make a little halo around his head. It will until we get in about 15 or 20 minutes into the match. And then it will look like the original inspiration for the song Rag 'Em Up. After a hard day on the post office floor. This match here tonight is rather a special arrangement. George, knowing that Hans is a great one to get into an opponent's hair, refused to wrestle unless Hans would let his hair be.
16-inch giant ladder. The contestant in this corner from Los Angeles, California, weighing 214 pounds, Hans
There he is, old Hans himself.
opponent in the opposite corner. That toast of the coast.
If we watch the show, you the right to refuse our love, but it's only fair use. Fair use. Fair use and fun, you know. If we watch your show, you the
Sidney
right
Novak
to
has
refuse
had
our
the
love,
nod for the
but
refereeing
it's
chores on
only
this
fair
match.
use.
And I do not use that phrase advisedly because refereeing a match between these two guys is going to be a big, big job. George wants to see Hans's back here. It used to be in the old days that wrestlers would anoint themselves to a considerable extent with oil of wintergreen, claiming, of course, that the oil of wintergreen had some sort of an antiseptic value, and I presume that it has. But the main idea was that the oil base which carried the wintergreen extract would help make them just a little bit harder to hold on to. Well, now, wait a minute, George. If you're copping looks at everybody else, they're going to have one at you. This boy Novak, during the other 8 hours of his day, when he works for a living, drives a taxi cab. And so he's not known as a gentle person either. Oh, hello, a bustle, if you please. Dear me, I thought that gown was all one piece. Have a look. Hans is bound and determined to put his hands on George here, and George is just as determined that he will not. Just a moment, please, Mr. Novak. Look at the look on Novak's face as if to say, ah, nuts. Hey, George, he's got his hand on your shoulder. Honest to goodness. I've seen everything in the wrestling ring, but this beats most of it. We'll never sell this boy Gorgeous George short as far as actual physical prowess is concerned. He possesses a lot of it. There's the bell, and we're off and running at International. This is Russ Davis speaking to you from ringside. This is the first time that we have happened to handle a match here where Hans wrestled Gorgeous George. I think this is the second time in Hans's career that he has met him. Once out on the coast. Well, there's a step out. George, leave us not start any skullduggery because you're fooling with the master of same. There's a count of 4 in Illinois, which is employed to break an illegal hold. Better be careful, Georgie. Got a hunch that the old blockbuster will tie it on you here. Hunts is going to bust him, and George knows it. You notice one thing, that Hans has not laid a hand on George's hair as yet. A little bit of this keeps up, and he'll get in his hair, don't worry. George refused to sign the contract for this match until he was assured by promoter Kohler that Kohler could deliver one qualification of the contract, that Hans did not pull his hair. Maybe George is getting tender-headed or something, I don't know. Maybe the supply of Tony is running short. Oh, brother, did he get out from under that rope in a hurry? Hans made him squeal. A run under hammerlock on Hans. There's a head scissors. George flailed out of it. George, you're getting yourself all set up to get your hair pulled, boy. Still a hammerlock on Hans. There are more youngsters at ringside tonight than I've seen in a long, long while. No, Hans finally grabbed George by his gorgeous locks. Hans was trying to set up the flying mare. It didn't work out. Look at that kid eating that hot dog so nonchalant. Oh, fine. Oh, he hadn't got old Hans bent up yet by a long shot. Hans is willing to let him have that good hard right for absolutely nothing. I'm going to put my hands behind me and put you in a position of hitting a defenseless man, says George. And about that time, Hans found out he wasn't so. George trying for a double outside wrist lock, Japanese. Hans has come into the ring here tonight with a very heavy beard, and boy, is he roughing up George's face with it. Well, so he's pulling your hair. You've been pulling his. Contract or no contract. Those are rabbit punches right to the base of the skull. And a knee lift. Rather sent Georgie flying, didn't it, huh? Little short flips into Georgie's tummy there. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Brother, that'll fix him. A little bit of that. Chin lock posted into a body press. Hans is really letting him have those rights. George, you were pulling hair. Come on. Get up, boy. Okay, so he punched you with a fist. He got away with it till you tattled on him. Tattletale. He really cut loose with a big one there, didn't he? Here's a chin lock, reversed. They're head-to-head, hobo fashion here. Still the same detail. Chin lock, reverse. The slight problem involved here. George is cutting off Hans's wind. That's why Novak is breaking it. Instead of a chin lock, it has also come to include his mouth and his nose. Hard one right in under the heart. Oh, you could hear that one splat all over International Amphitheater. Well, contract or no contract, Hans is going to get in his hair. Boy, you heaved him clear across the ring, and this is a 22-foot ring. There's George's version of the flying mare. Maybe. 1, 2, 3, and the first fall thusly goes to Gorgeous George with his own West Coast variety of the flying mare. That's the old original. The sticker and some of the boys used to use before they started throwing it over their shoulder. George is still a little bit afraid here of Hans. All Hans wants is for Novak to get out of the way for 2 minutes, and he'll alter the complexion of the situation. Bobby Burns, he'll make it official.
9 minutes, 58 seconds with a flying headlock. Beware the first fall. Gorgeous George.
So there you've got the first fall in this proposed 2 out of 3 affair between this little lad right here, Gorgeous George, who at the moment is not so gorgeous, and Hans Blockbuster Schnabel. Who are you calling for, George? Oh, Mr. Novak. He wants to put in a small complaint. Well, we'll wait while you do it. You mess up your coiffure? Go on back and quit being a chronic griper, Georgie. That's it. Call in Jeffries or whomsoever you want to tidy you up a bit if you feel that way. We'll wait. The way George is jumping here, you'd think he's got on these pogo pumps, wouldn't you? That KFNO we're talking about here not too long ago. The Beulah Witch had gotten from somebody for a present. Well, here's the second fall beginning. No time out here while you get on a double girdle, Georgie. No more guessing games. Hans will not guess which hand the marble is in. Hans has the ropes, and Georgie had the trunks. Here's a press. Novak's telling him to break it up. Or did he mash his little old Adam's apple then? Mercy me. Come on, George. Get up, boy. You haven't changed to a tenor. Boy, old Hans really landed on him, didn't he? There was a knee into George's ribs. Uh-oh. A little bit of conniving on Georgie's part there. He came up with his leg lock. And Georgie changed his leg lock into a toe hold here. Several counts of one on Hans here. George, you are using the roll-ups. Get out of his hair, Hans. This agreement not to pull George's hair has really hampered Hans. Okay, Mr. Novak caught you then. Come on, gorgeous. 1, 2. I'm going to make him break it. No, you got to get clear up, George. Okay, that handles the situation. Just clap him in the choppers. Wait a minute, you may have to disinfect him, Hans. It'll slow the match up. Ooh, someone would have had pneumonia. Had they been an inch closer to that, either that or rigor mortis. The headlock on Hans. Check. Joe, Georgie boy. He managed to work his way out. Where are you going there? Now, you leave all those people alone, George. They're quite right in wanting to see you get all worked over here. Seems like that things are getting a little rough for Hans. Oh, well, could be for George, too. Chinlock posted. Hans didn't let go of it. There's another one, and he's hanging tight to him. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Boy, there's a backflip from way back. 1, 2, 3. And the second fall thusly goes to Hans. And there's poor little George, all bent out of shape. Mercy me. The Andy Frayne men are standing around waiting to keep the crowd off of him if and when he should wander out of the ring. Quit worrying about it, George. Hans is in his corner.
4 minutes, 20 and 1/2 seconds with a blockbuster. The winner of the second fall, Hans Schnabel.
No Hans puts on that blockbuster. I don't know where it got that name, unless it just shatters a whole block of territory when a guy hits the mat after having had it put on him. Did you notice how he picked George up just right by the neck and placed his hand ever so lightly on his wishbone and then pushed? Well, something had to give. And George did. Hans keeps trying to follow Novak here. I think it's with the idea of getting within arm's length of George. He got him crippled up here. He wants to keep him that way all through the rest period. And, of course, one lick could very well do that. Well, we'll be ready to go here in the third and final fall in a minute now. Back you go. Maybe some Trico windshield wipers would be better, Hans. It'd look a little odd wearing them, but it'd certainly save a lot of lost motion. Don't you think?